I will tell you that I've met many 16-year-olds that are eminently qualified. I teach many of them that they know as much about the issues as any 18-year-old or up. And so if the state decides they want to do that, then of course we'll honor that here in Gainesville.
Greetings and salutations. You are tuning into Disgruntled USA. We are out here at my favorite safe place out in Gainesville, Florida. First of all, before you get started, I want you to annihilate that subscribe button. We're going to see what these folks have to say about the recent election down here and also Nancy Pelosi's Fight for 16. Yes, Fight for 16. That is 16 years old voting age. We're also going to see what they have to say about reparations for black folks who may or may not have been descendants of slaves. Alrighty, folks, we are here at the Lauren Poe victory party. Clearly, we showed up to the right party. There was a communist running, and there was a constitutional conservative running, but constitutional conservative didn't really hold that much water here in Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville is a blue donut hole of liberalism in a large North Florida full of conservatives. We're going to have another several years of crime. We're going to have another several years of Gainesville being a sanctuary city that is open to all. Mayor Lauren Poe has basically said that if you can get here, you are welcome here. He is trying to turn Central Florida into a sanctuary city.
Right. This has been a tough election because we have been working on so many important issues, mainly focused on our equity gaps and the racial and socioeconomic disparities we have in our community. And we've been working very hard on those things, and that work came a little bit under attack. And so I'm glad to see that the voters recognize how important that work is, how difficult that work is, and they want to see that momentum continue. The voters sent us a clear message when they sent us the most diverse city commission that we've ever seen in our city's history. We now have the most diverse set of charter officers that our city's ever seen. Every one of us has our own area of focus, but we are woven together in a fabric that forms that one cloth that represents the entire city of Gainesville. And I'm so honored and proud to be the mayor that gets to represent all of that diversity and desire to make things better. And we need everybody to be fully invested in their neighborhood, in their district, in their entire city, to make sure that the things that make Gainesville amazing for some of us become the things that make Gainesville amazing for all of us. And I know that we can do that together. So let's get in for another 3.5-year ride. Thank you so much. And I'm going to pull out my cheaters here because there are so many people that deserve to have their names said aloud in thanks. And so the first people I'm going to thank are all of my city commissioners. Anybody I forget? Oh, and Emily, of course, yes.
He forgot that one. What are we going to do to solve the problem of equity, equality, and stuff in Gainesville?
Yeah, so I think the racial disparity study that the Friendship 7 commissioned and then was released a little more than a year ago showed the big gaps that we have. And so we really need to go point by point in that. There's some things that the city needs to take the lead on, things like transportation inequity, things like housing inequity. And then there's other organizations that need to take the lead on others that we need to support. And so the NAACP is having a meeting coming up very shortly, inviting all of us to come forward, share with them what we have been doing, what we've been budgeting, where we plan on going from here. And so that'll be a good opportunity for all 7 of us to really look holistically at what we're doing and then see where we go from there.
Great, awesome. Nancy Pelosi has just recently introduced the idea of allowing 16-year-olds to vote. Where do we stand on that in Gainesville?
I will tell you that I've met many 16-year-olds that are eminently qualified. I teach many of them that they know as much about the issues as any 18-year-old or up. The Constitution does not set an age limit for voting. It sets a minimum age, but not a maximum. So there are a lot of responsible 16-year-olds out there.
What do you think about reparations?
I think it's undeniable that people who descended from people who were kidnapped and captured and forced into slavery have been at a generational disadvantage. How we address that disadvantage is a difficult question to answer. And so I think it's good that we're having a conversation about that. What that looks like in the long run, I have no clue or answer for. I don't know what that would actually mean, but it is an important national conversation to have so that everybody understands the advantage that some people have over others because of the circumstances in which they are born.
Which people have the advantage and which people have the disadvantage?
I think if you're descended from people who were forced into bondage and involuntary servitude, you're coming into this country with a disadvantage.
Right. So how would a conversation like that take place? Like, for example, would we calculate the number of slave hours that is worth this amount of money?
I don't know. I think it's important that we have a national conversation. I have no idea how we take a calculator out and figure out the solution.
Take a stab at it.
I cannot.
You can't take a stab at it?
Absolutely not. This is too important and too multi-generational of a challenge to even be. I don't always have the simple answers for the Gainesville city budget, let alone something that spans 10 generations and a nation's history.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. Thank you. Congratulations on your win, and good luck on your term.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. No clue. Disgruntled USA.
Disgruntled USA?
Yeah, Disgruntled USA. Come over here in the light. Let's talk. Okay, we just got snubbed by the county commissioner here in Gainesville, Florida. Apparently, he doesn't want to talk to us. Apparently, word has got around that we're not necessarily friendly folks. Looks like they don't really want to talk to deplorables. Let's get a little look at this guy. He's totally just ignored us. He's looking at us like we don't exist. He's looking at us like we're the dregs, the deplorables and the dregs, like we're the subhuman folks. Alrighty. Let's rock. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Brett Segal. You're watching Disgruntled USA. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give us a like, leave a comment, share our videos. We really, really appreciate the help. We're going to be bringing you great content. Just stay tuned.